What is going on, everybody? Today we are going to do some cleanup work, tie up some loose ends on a previous install I had on my 1320 brake conversion kit. When I installed this kit, what I basically did, I just kind of left the brake lines hanging in place, and now that I got everything kind of apart and I've got really easy access to it, I'm going to weld up some brackets and hook this thing up and make these a little bit more secure. That way I don't have to worry about them getting into the tire or falling out or anything like that. So stick around. So what you're looking at right here is the inside of the wheel area. Right here you can see my bracket, and here's the brake line that we're going to be using, and it is, when it's connected right here, it's just loose, floppy, doesn't have any kind of support. This whole thing just bounces. So what I'm going to end up doing is taking factory brake hose bracket, and it's kind of bent and whatnot, basic piece of strap, and I'm going to weld piece together like this, drill a hole somewhere in here, and bolt it to this bolt hole right here. So I'm going to get the welder all hooked up and set up, and we'll get to cleaning up metal and get to welding. So before we get all crazy with the welder and everything, one thing I do need to show you. This bracket has some indexing here, shining on the side of my truck, that way you can kind of see the difference. There's a large piece cut out right there and a small little keyway right there. So your brake line actually has those indexing tabs built onto it on the factory brake lines. So do keep that in mind when you're indexing this to how you want to weld it, because ultimately I'd love to weld to this flat piece right here, but unfortunately, to make this work the way I want to, it goes to this slightly curved piece. So I'll get probably an inch or so of weld on it, and that should be plenty sufficient just to hold everything in place. But other than that, just kind of keep stuff like that in mind, and we will go from there. All right. See if it blows up in my face. Test fit, see what we did. Alright, test fit was good. Knew what that was. Let's finish her out. It's stuck together. I'm a little out of practice, but I'm gonna get this thing cut up, paint it up, we'll put it on and show you what it looks like. Alright, so here is the finished product, and I'll kind of walk you through what I ended up doing. I didn't get some of it on camera, but I took a angle grinder and I cut a groove right there. Just a groove, don't cut all the way through it. Put it in a vise, bend it, so now I've got a kind of a way that this thing locks, because that on the axle it's kind of a diamond, square but diamond. So when this bolts in place, that flange will actually sit against it, so when it locks down it's not going to move or anything like that. And then basically what I did is just took a grinder, just ground all the edges down on it and everything like that. So I'm trying to figure this new camera out. So anyway, I'm going to paint this up and we'll get it installed, and I'll send you end of project look and let you see what you think about it. So here's the final product installed. I will probably go hunt up a little bit shorter of a bolt, but lines are back in and mount is mounted up. Everything looks good. Now just to build one for the other side, then bleed the brakes and we're good to go. So anyway, that pretty much wraps up this little project, little bonus project. It's something that's been bothering me for a while. Every time I've shot a video underneath my truck, I see those brake lines just hanging there, and I'm just like, I can't believe nobody said anything about it, but I'm going to be the first to say I hated it, and I got it fixed now. So anyway, this is my first run with this brand new camera, so I know it looks like I'm just lost pointing at like random things, but working on procuring a few other things to help, you know, better the content, better what I'm showing you, you know, and invest in this a little bit more. I've got some big stuff coming up. I've got another little project coming. Anybody knows what this is? Yeah, I've got a puddle of transmission oil underneath that truck, and I have looked and looked, and I have discovered that it is actually seeping through the plug that is in the whole harness that's inside that transmission. So it's seeping through the plugs. So I will probably end up doing a video on that here in a couple days. I'll show you some things that kind of plague the 4L80 owners and things of that nature. I'll do kind of a how to change that thing out. We'll drop the pan, show you where you need your dipstick to be marked at for proper fill, and but that's coming up in a later video. And like I said, I've got some big news coming, big plans coming. Stick around, check it out. Do yourself a favor, do me a favor, help me out. I'm trying to grow this channel. I'm trying to do what I can. Leave some comments. What do you want to see? See what we can put together. Like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends about it. You know, if there's anything you like, let me know what I'm doing right. If you don't like something, let me know. I mean, something I like to do for fun, and you know, like I said, I'm trying to procure something a little bit better than an iPhone to do these videos. So anyway, pointers, tips, etc. You know, I'll take it all in stride. But everyone, have a great day. We'll catch you later on the next project.